think sums it up from this guy, Steve Jobs, who probably knows, well, I might not agree with all the things that he did. What you've got to appreciate is, without you knowing him, a lot of his philosophy, the reason why most people will struggle and never achieve their full potential is because of fear of even picking up the phone. And I'll tell you, ladies, if you're going to get motivated to fulfill on your goals and dreams in social media, you'll want to pray to the gods and the spirit or whatever it is to learn how to eat the frog to start speaking to more people. Because every person that I know in my world, and I'm sure you know in your world, it will not come through just posting. There has to be a conversation, unless you are a funnel marketing genius and you know how to build Amazon pages that involve selling cups to China, and you don't need to speak to anyone. So even in that world, I'm sure you're gonna have to speak to a supplier in China to figure out the order of the cups. And I know I'm being a bit dramatic, ladies, but I really want all of you to get, my passion for you to get a better result moving forward is to let go of the fear and reframe it into a form of excitement and adventure and a game to go and, fulfill on your goals and dreams. Is it always going to work out? Who knows? But the worst that will happen will be nothing. Okay. So let's move on. I want to talk to you about manifestation, and it was really interesting and so on point with what Jess said is, what are we able to use more of that I think a lot of us don't use enough of? And if it's important for us enough to start thinking about building our manifestation super woman powers, right? So I'm going to give you all this recommendation. It's up to you to decide what it is that you do with it. But if there are things that you want, and Renee and I have been chatting a lot about this week, is writing down what it is that you want, and then speaking it and seeing it and really embedding it into this computer that we've got, this machine. And I know you can all relate that you've done this already in the past. So I'm now saying, why not really use it to manifest, if it's more clients from social media, grow a business, to use this thing, to play with applying what your mind tells you. And I'm using this word, the play thing, which is, you know what? If you get an idea to make a call, and as Renee said, to collaborate, play the game and make the contact and see what happens, and treat it as a bit of fun, as opposed to, what if they reject me? What if they say no? What if I have a heart attack and I can't do it? Which is really our fear, right? So, I think one of the great things that's come out of this really challenging time is, I find a lot of us are just going, I'm done with fear. It's seriously a waste of time, because it's just holding us back from going and getting what it is that we want to get and do and create. The next thing is, keep at it, because I'm sure you can all relate, ladies. When you say to your brain, I'm so happy and grateful, I'm attracting all the clients that I can handle, and I'm busy and booked up, your brain's going to go, no, you're not. No, you're not. That's not true. That's not real. Can't you see what's going on in the world? Can't you see that the place is falling to pieces? You can't do that. So our battle is to push through that psychology until it becomes who we are at the core. So a couple of little points that some friends gave me, and these are some things that they're saying that you may like to take some of these. I'm posting, connecting, engaging, happy buying clients all the time. It's wonderful. It's so fun doing this, and I'm so booked up with wonderful clients. I just keep attracting more and more clients, money, and opportunities. I love the adventure of new results from doing things in new ways. Now, I don't know about you ladies, but could that be a little bit of better psychology than in, what do? I don't know what to do. I'm too scared to do it. This talk could just be the beginning of creating a new path. I have got mine under my mouse pad, that I was saying to Renee that I've become obsessed with this week, because I was in a really funky place, ladies, a few months ago in this time, and really stuck. And Renee and I talk a lot, and I'm not saying I've got it all figured out. I've been on this journey myself, but I'm telling you, ladies, I wrote here, where did I put it here? If nothing else, if it just helps us to start feeling more inspired, that'd be a good thing, right? Because I don't know about you, but some days it's hard to get inspired to do this stuff. So we can talk to ourselves in better, more manifesting ways. we feel better, we have more energy, then we can go do the things that Jess said that she says she has to do to make it work. The next thing is on the writing it down, ladies. Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna open up the mic really quickly. Who could share, or who'd be willing to share what is something really quickly that they just know that they want to create, that they haven't quite created enough yet? Who's willing to share really quickly? And I'll tell you, if you all wanted to create something, I'd be fighting over the microphone for all of you to share really quickly. So what is it that one of you want?
Okay, I'm going to jump in.
Great.
Jackie here. What I want is to have a successful business and live a life that I don't need a vacation from.
Fantastic. That's a great want, right? So now it's like continuing to say that to reinforce that. So ladies, just as a little refresher on doing the planning work around what it is that you want, I would invite you, if this is important to you, is to spend some time to have a think about what it is that you're saying. And I'm going to share with you at the end some ways that I can help you guys with this. If you want this help, is to write down what you want. I got through that challenging time and I learned how to convert people on social media to buying clients. I created and attracted and make 10,000 a month, and it's growing from my business. Really deciding, ladies, and putting it down if this is important to you, because this is the work. This is the more important work than the actual posting, I believe, if you're not doing this, because I know it works and I know you do too. Ladies, the next thing I want to share here is I believe that for most people, pretty much all of us, in this area of business, it's not from a lack of motivation or ability, it's a lack of skill in some areas. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I did about 8 years of college and university, and no one ever taught me how to have a conversation with a prospective client and enroll them to give me money. Not one class, not one. And I know that we don't want to poo-poo the education industry, but the thing is, ladies, if you get anything from this, it's not about more posting. It's do the posting. It's what I'll share with you. It's the ability to, as Jess said, to push through and do the connection and to have those conversations to find out if and how you can be of service. The $10 million question for all of you to go away and think about is, do you have a process for what you say and do to connect and convert social media contacts to clients? If this is a goal and important enough for you, and I know that's why you're here, but if it's a no, then you're getting a book coming your way. I'm going to share with you the group that I'm building to help support you in this. But ladies, whether you work with me or not, do that work. Learn how to sell what you do. Learn how to enroll people into what you do if you want more clients and money and to do the work you love with good manifestation wrapped around it. And ladies, as I'll just support that, is do it with super, Wonder Woman commitment. That's where you're going to do your mastering. Because I heard a lovely lady one day at a seminar I was at, and I know her, and she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. And she is a very high introvert, which I understand this is not for everyone. And, for some people, it is going to be tough to reach out because some people are just not built to do it. And some can do it, some will never do it because it's just too emotionally scary. And she said, do I really have to speak to people? And maybe she doesn't. Maybe she could use the power of manifestation to not speak to anyone and get clients. Maybe that is possible. But I do find in the current world that I'm living in, if you could reframe it to enjoy the speaking to people, I do find that that's where the magic currently happens. So now the next thing is, ladies, I'm going to ask, because a little bit behind schedule, can I get everyone to just unmute quickly and do a quick breathe break and ask one thing that hopefully is an aha or a good reminder? And I'm going to ask every one of you. So one thing. Jackie, one thing.
Yep. That big thing that's just hit me is not just posting, but then connecting and converting.
That's
I've
right.
seen the words, but it hasn't. Yeah, I've had that aha moment, and so now it's like, okay, what can I do? I need to connect and convert. Don't just post. So,
Would you like
awesome.
me to show you how to do it?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, I'm going to show you in a minute how to do
Okay, cool.
it. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. What's that? All good. All good. Lisa, one thing. Okay, not Lisa. Shobby, one thing.
I love what Jessica said, and that's what I have been guiding my clients as well. Communicate and always have a structure as well.
Very good.
And
And I know you're all over it, so thank you. Kylie, any one thing?
I don't know, maybe I just get so busy that sometimes I don't make myself quite as available as perhaps I could, because I'm so busy concentrating on the details of things that I sometimes have to put phone calls off and schedule times to ring them rather than take it impromptu.
Yeah, sure.
The impromptu stuff doesn't always work for me in what I do, because it interrupts the flow of serviceability.
Yeah, I don't believe anything is impromptu in all of this. I would believe it would come back to whatever it is that you want is where you get that you'd have to put your energy, because I do know that you've got a very technical role that you do. And all I'm saying is that I totally agree. And it would then come back to, which I'll say at the end is, if what we want, we're getting, great. But if we're not, what could be some areas that we have to possibly adjust a bit or outsource to get what we want? So, yeah.
I've taken on board though what Jess said, where she said that once she posted something and she worked out when it worked, what times worked best for her, to make sure she was available during those times. And I'll see if I can incorporate that.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Yeah, I resonate with that too. Thanks, Kylie. Angie?
I think for me, it's one of the things, I don't really have any sort of strategic plan when I do posts. I post to have activity on my page and stuff like that, but not really. And obviously that's why I don't think I get engagement.
Great. So ladies, I'm going to reinforce this in a moment, but I'm going to give you this thing, write it down, remember it forever. When you are on social media for business, have a think about this. Who is it that you feel that you can help? And what is it that they could want that you can help them with? So for me, Angie, having worked with the financial sector and been in that industry and having trained financial planners and brokers in this area, do you think that there could be a few tips and bits of information that your prospective clients out there could benefit from being reminded about from you?
Of course, yeah.
Great. So if you had Angie's Tuesday top tip, when you're applying for a home loan, remember to do this, that, and the other. If you're thinking of getting a grant, thinking of applying for the first time owners grant, remember to do this, this, and this. Now, do you see how strategic that becomes, that you have now positioned yourself to the expert in that industry? And on Saturdays, you can put your pictures up of your toenails at the beach if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll talk more later. Okay, all right, ladies, what we'll do is let's move on, because I've got to give you some strategy now, right? So the fishing part, and probably a perfect segue into what Ange just said, is if we're going to do this and we do want to use social media as our fishing ponds, these are my questions for you to leave with today. Why are you posting? And as Angie said, needing the strategy. What is the strategic approach to when you're posting for your business? So for me, my why is to be of value and sharing what can help when I'm marketing for women in business, some things that they can know, remember, and do to help them grow their business and make more money and work with more clients and do the work they love. And then when I'll show you in a moment, when people are interacting with me in that sector, how I connect with them to get a conversation going, right? So what's your why you're posting? Who are your fish? You know, for Kylie, she might be specializing in a specific grant for a specific industry. So maybe her posting is, are you a da-da-da who needs money? Well, I can get you grants in this area. to help you get that. So now it's really who and why she's doing what she's doing, right? For Renee could be, are you a man that's stuck and wants to move forward and create a better life? Well, that's what I do. I help men do that. And here's a tip. Here's Renee's tip for today, right? So how do you help them? Where do you help them? And sorry, where are you fishing? And I like the 3 ponds model, which is we have got so many things that we can do and get our attention dragged from here and there. And I really resonate with what Kylie said is we've got so many things to juggle. What is it that's going to give us the best use of our time? And I say fish in 3 ponds. For me, my 3 ponds are primarily these days, some Facebook, more specifically groups, some LinkedIn, but actually my greatest connection point is my database and speaking. They're my 2 best ponds. Measuring where I get to work with my ideal people, it's through my community database and my guest speaking. The social media stuff's okay when I reach out and follow the strategy that I'm about to share with you, because what I find is this, ladies, with social media, tell me if I'm wrong or you might have a different experience. There's lots of people liking stuff and all of that, and lots of people posting stuff, but there's not a lot of people reaching out and doing step 3 and 4, yeah? Which is what we're really covering here. We are being more strategic and not only throwing the line in the water, but the bait that we're using to hook it, to bring it in, right? So let's move on. This is a quick strategy I'll share with you as a really quick example of how you could connect and convert to a paying client. Step 1, I did a post. I had someone respond to that post, and this was, it was a quote or something, or an image. I can't remember this part, but so let's use, for example, Georgina, who connected here. Sorry, a bit spelling here. I changed this morning and missed the N, but she connected. Hey, and oh, by the way, I did a bit of reconnaissance. Now, this isn't the real person for this example. I didn't want to use the real person, to be honest, but as this is the model that I use. So I would look at that person and I go, okay, what are they doing? Could I help them with what I do and they could want? Finding out that that person might have a business, could be interested in learning how to grow their ability to get more clients, make more sales revenue. And I reach out and say, hey, Georgia, thanks so much for sharing in the group. I'm currently doing business review sales growth planning sessions to explore if and where growth is living in your business. Would you like to go through it together? We would need about 45 minutes to an hour. We can do it over Zoom or phone. I'll do my best to make it a valuable use of your time. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday, be a pleasure to speak to you, Trevor. Now, that type of message to some targeted people, I have gone into the conversation with them and enrolled them into being clients. And that's literally the 3 steps I follow. That's it. Who they are, have a think about how I could help them, ask them if they'd like to have a conversation and have a meeting and enroll them. This part we'll talk about more in a moment. But ladies, could that help you? Could it help you? Could you do a little something like that? It could be Julia saying, hi, Georgia, thanks so much for sharing, liking my posts. I'm currently doing a loan. This is for Angie and Julia. I'm currently doing a review of people's budgets and financial goals and needs to help them possibly look at buying a property or refinancing or whatever it is. Would you like to do a complimentary session with me and I can find out if I can be of any value to you? Be a pleasure. Angie, Julia. It's the same deal, right? If that helps. Okay. Yes, it's going to feel scary. It's human, but do through it. Okay. If that resonates with some of you who could be going, if you get what I mean, right? Now, here's another one that I did. This was, okay. So there's a bit of a backstory around this and it goes like this. I wrote my book. I put this silly, stupid photo up, which is irrelevant. But this gentleman here, I'd been in conversation with ages ago around training their team. And he he did this. Thank you. I called him and said, thanks so much, Bob. Would it be okay for us to chat and re-engage the conversation that we had about working together and helping the team convert with more skill? And he said, well, it just so happens I've been thinking about that. And this is who I worked with, Bob, Prav, and his legal team, teaching lawyers how to convert. Teaching lawyers how to convert. So we all need these guys. You know, we're all in the business of connection and conversion. And it literally came from me looking at that activity and what it was as the strategy. Can I just ask you all guys real quickly to unmute if this is helpful? Is this resonating, helpful? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Okay. All good, everyone?
Yes.
And hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. Hello, Jay. Can she hear me, Jay? Okay. She's not there. Oh, so I get the thumbs up, right? Because Jay, I'm about to prepare you. You're in one of the slides coming up, all right? So here we go. Now, ladies, this here is a very big conversation that we have got to move on because we're getting close. We're past the official time that I said what we would. Bottom line is, ladies, if you want to be better at connecting and converting, you've got to learn how to consult and enroll people. And I recently did this work with Jay, and I know confidently what it has helped her to do. And if you want to have a chat about this, I can help you do this, and I'll share with you how we can do that. But ladies, this is the quick structure of when you have a conversation with someone, and I'll be sending this recording out, by the way, so even if we don't speak, you'll get this. How you connect with them, how you frame the meeting, how you quickly qualify who you are, what you do, why you do, explore their needs and wants, create value, create a solution, confirm it's a match, and enroll them into being paying clients. That is a very quick overview of the structure to help you fill that speaking gap. Because my ladies, I wasn't naturally built to do this. I literally had no idea how to do this, and I was trained to do it, and it changed my life. And as I say, if you're already good at this, great. But if this is an area, do the work in this area to know how to have these structured conversations, okay? Here, what is true and what is really, what is reality really? Does it just make us or is it what we decide it to be? Now, having worked with these lovely ladies, Jay, who's on, Renee, Melanie, Jess, Gabby, and Jazz, having worked with these ladies and helped them really master well, not so much Jess, she was already well and truly off her way. Her and I were more kind of just general chit chats. But, overall across these areas, this learning to connect and convert made it their reality for what it is they wanted to do. So it does work, ladies. I'm not just trying to pitch you here, but just really remember the importance of loving and wanting to figure out how to have those conversations. And these are some other people that I've worked with, but I'm going to move on. Ladies, let's move on. Pillar 7. One thing I want to talk on getting the client, you do all this really well. Where I still see a lot of people dropping the ball is actually delivering on their promise. And we don't have them on today, but one of the areas and industries that I find actually maybe at least a little bit is the digital marketing space. Very often I find that they get the client and really don't deliver on their promise, which is a real concern, especially having done so much work to get them. So I don't believe that's any of you, but just remember the importance of doing memorable work. Okay, so high five. Now, ladies, I'm going to just jump to it. If anyone wants some help in this, and then we will do a quick Q&A if anyone wants to. I will do a business review growth planning session with you on me to talk about what's going on for you, what it is that you want in the area of sales, business, money. We'll discuss if it's worth working together. And if we do see there's value in that, we'll talk about it. It's nothing heavy. It's no sales pitch. It's a comprehensive strategy session. If you want to do that, I'll reach out to you anyway to check. regardless, but that is an offer that I'm giving you, and you are all getting a copy of my book regardless. And I'm also in that meeting having a discussion if you want to find out about joining the Women Succeeding in Business Mastery group, which is this group I've developed. It's going to be a fortnightly online group, and we will coach you literally and train you in all these areas, and it'll be live. It's group only. And what I'm saying is I'm putting a bit of money towards it because there's a commitment. We can talk about that. But what I am saying, ladies, is I'm so willing to back this work that if you decide and we decide you want to be a part of this Women Succeeding in group, you can join and pay, or you can join and pay later if you get value from it. I believe there's more than enough money. My main goal is to support all of you that join this group to have you get better results, if that's something that you want to do. Up to you entirely. So ladies, all you want to have to do, if that is of interest to you, you can say thumbs up and I'm in. Message me, call me, email me, or we can do a business review and we can chat about it together and we can talk more about that. But that's a group I've put together. And these are all the topics that I'll be training you on. How to get, what you want, go through fear blocks, set goals, grow your leads, how to convert, do proposals, how to budget money, how to speak, communicate, how to package and price yourself. You'll be able to speak and network with each other in the group, and you'll do social media planning, how to use a VA, and how to write an email that gets read, follow up, all these things that I really see make a difference to help you realize what you want. Now, in saying that, ladies,
for me, resonated massively, because that's actually where I got to a point in my last job in sales. I got to a point where I was so confident that there was nothing that I couldn't answer. And that is something of such great value and really resonated with me to remind me for the future. So yes, I thought that had a lot of value in it. So thank you. And everything that you've said has been of great value too.
Thank you, Lisa. And I really appreciate it. I know how hard you're working to learn all new skills and realize your goals and dreams. So well done. Thank you. Well, ladies, what I'm going to say is, if you want to have a chat, do your business review, if nothing else, get a second opinion and have a discussion about the group, please do so to be a part of something to help you push, learn and grow. I will be training you and sharing and networking and helping you in a lot of ways, way above the small little bit of money to be part of that. And all I'll leave you with this for today is, if you're serious about creating something different, ladies, something better in you, have a think and decide what you want, regardless of knowing the how. I think that was a really big message of what we got from today. And what is, now time to face and start doing differently, better, asking for what you want, go get a goal and dream. And what is that? What is your want? And, let's get it for you. Whether I'm in your team or not, dare to go be the amazing superstar people that you are. And I'm here for you if you want to connect and reach out. And I will reach out and connect with all of you anyway, because that's what I do. And I've got to get all your addresses and stuff for the book. But thank you, ladies. I really appreciate your time. I'll be recording this and sending you all a link.